Hi, anyone and everyone. This is Kim, the Humble Hermit from Come As You Are Oracle. I'm going to do a collective oracle for today, Saturday, August 31st, 2024. You may follow me on the book, the Insta, the Talk, or the Tube, or not. Totally up to you. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If it doesn't fit, don't make it fit. If some of it fits, fabulous. We love this for you. If some of it does not, just leave it on the table for the next person. We don't want you taking on energy that was not meant for you. We're going to be using the Fearless Familiars deck, J. Edward Neal, shadowartfinds.com, or you can find this on Etsy, which is where I got some of them when I first started buying them. Because he has, or they have, I think it's a husband and wife team, I think. They have quite a few decks on there, I think. It's hard for me to remember. I'm old. Don't come at me in the comments. We got one on the table. I'm telling you, every once in a while, a card will pop out, and I'll be like, that is not what that card used to look like. Two cards on the table. Three cards, four cards. Whoa. Five cards. Okay. Let's do two more shuffles. Six cards on the table. Seven cards on the table. Eight cards on the table. I just want to look for something. I'm going to set this over here on the windowsill. So we've got nine cards at the bottom of the deck. We've got Pride, the Guardians, the Warlock, Soulful, the Tribe, Balance, The warning, indignation, bottom of the deck, immortal. Feminine, masculine, take out resonates, it doesn't matter. These two guardians and this warlock are part of the tribe. They all go together. All right, there's no way for me to hold it and you be able to see it all. I'm not a magician. Kind of, sort of. This tribe is very prideful, very much in their egos. They're soulful. Their souls are connected. Soul ties. These are these are three beings. These are three beings inhabited by like demonic entities. Like these are not. It's kind of really hard for me to see anything. Like my head is like really fuzzy right now. Like like if I felt like I was getting a migraine. My right temple is like I can feel it like pulsating. And I just see a lot of black. It's like smoke, but like like if you ever I don't remember if it was black or not. Was it black? The smoke monster on Lost? Was it black or was it gray? It was black, right? Or maybe it was both. Well, either way, it's like a black mist, like a black. Mm. And it's not even because they don't. It's not them projecting onto me that they don't want me to see who and what they are. They're nothing. Yeah, there was a little bit of a snicker there. They're nothing. These people think that they're very important. This tribe with this warlock and these two guardians. Warlock implies a male witch, but you can take how that resonates for you, if this resonates with you at all. It's kind of one of those reads where I feel like I should tell you I'm sorry. I'm seeing like vampires like feasting. So they're like they're probably more than likely energy vampires, but also they feed off the negative energy. Like they'll take your positive energy, obviously, because they can harvest that to do what they need to do. But when they make people upset or angry or scared, like they'll feast off that dark energy too. I just heard that's the kind they like best. These people haven't seen the light for some time. They weren't always dark. They actually, with the pride card, they take great pride in who and what they are. Now my left temple is like throbbing. I can feel it in my eye. They're trying to restore some type of balance to their tribe. Something happened. If you know who these people are, if you used to be part of the tribe or you just know who they are, they feel like you stole their balance. Like they're not able to balance themselves out because of you. And yeah, dark energies need a balance as well. Light energies need a balance. Dark allergies. Dark energies need a balance. And if you are someone that is of the light and the dark, obviously you would figure out how to balance that out. Okay, did anybody ever read or watch The Sleep Doctor? It was the second installment. It was a sequel to The Shining. Stephen King wrote it. It is actually one of my favorite movies. I mean, I love The Shining, so when he did Sleep Doctor, I love it cuz it resonates. I mean, they both resonated with me. Very much so. But in the I never finished reading the book, I'm going to be honest. And I don't even have it. I donated it when I got my divorce. I got rid of so much stuff. Um, but I had the movie. I don't know if I still have it in my queue or not, but I had the DVD, Blu-ray, whatever. Um, when you watch the movie, like they're energy vampires, right? They're vampires, they're energy vampires. They're some type of demonic entity, and they feast off your soul, off your essence. And the younger you are, the purer you are. So when they found little children, that was the best for them because that is pure energy. That is Whew, that is intoxicating. If you never watched that movie and you consider yourself a spiritual person, first of all, if you consider yourself a spiritual person and you've never watched The Shining, please go watch The Shining. I know it's from like the 70s, 80s, but please go watch it and watch Sleep Doctor after. Anyway, I don't want to give away too much, but when you're an energy vampire and you don't feast, you fall ill because you don't have the energy yourself. You need to live off of somebody else's energy. So you fall ill. And the idea of a vampire, right, is that they exist throughout many periods of time over many timelines. Same thing goes for an energy vampire. It's the same thing. So like you become an energy vampire and you live, 3,000 years, we'll just say. You see all of the time periods. You see everything there is to see about life. But in order for you to do that, you have to ingest energy. And when you fail to do so, you start to age, basically. So at whatever time you turn into an energy vampire, that is how you stay for the rest of your life, however long your life is. But when you stop taking on energy, when you can't find energy, you grow old and you die. And there's other movies and books that are similar, and they refer to these beings as other names and such. Now these could be real energy vampires, or these could be copycats. And by copycats, I mean these are people, these are human beings that got into dark magic and used that magic for not so good purposes. And one of those purposes would be to harvest energy. If you harvest energy, you can use that to create. You can use that to make money. You can use that however you want. You can use that in sex magic. You can use it for anything. It's energy. I've said to you guys a million times, everything is energy. We're all energy. People are drawn to people because of energy. I keep looking out the window because it's balancing me out from all the dark. I'm just saying. When your head is filled with blackness, it's really nice to look out at the light and the trees. This tribe is sending out some type of warning. If you're the person that threw them off balance, they're sending you a warning. They're pissed off with this indignation card. I mean, that cat looks pretty fucking pissed. And I don't know if they know who you are, what you stand for. Does anyone ever really know who someone is? I just heard touche. You're immortal. Whoever this tribe is, they're not going to be able to touch you. And by that I mean, even if they were to try to send some dark magic your way, some type of voodoo bullshit spell, if even if it hits you, like what hits you is going to be like this compared to what they send. You're going to feel like this. It's going to be nothing. If it even hits you. These people don't know that they're fucking with the wrong person. You know what is you know what I'm being compelled to say too? This I'm being compelled to say this, so I'm going to say it. People of the darkness work for the devil. They work for the devil. The funny thing is the devil was a fallen angel, is a fallen angel, right? Does nobody really ever think about how the devil is of both sides? The light and the dark? People don't really think about that. And I'm just going to say this too. I would rather work for God because I know God has my back. But the devil, honey, he will drop you in a heartbeat if he sees someone better to play with, something shinier. The devil will literally make deals with God and screw you over, even though you were his minion, and he will not skip a beat. He will not give two fucks. That's the devil. Why do people forget? Like, why do people not know that or understand that or think about that? Or, like it. And maybe it's because in all their other lifetimes, if you believe, I believe, maybe it's because in all their other lifetimes, they were good and they chose bad in this one and they didn't know. Or maybe because in all their other lifetimes, they're like, yeah, this time they're going to have my back. This time they're going to have my back. No, no. The devil's going to work. The devil works for the devil. The devil doesn't give a shit about anybody else. My eyes are, I, my eyes feel like they're on fire right now, like somebody's poking them with little pinpricks. Like somebody's poking them. You don't want me to see? Too late, honey bun. It's funny too because, and this doesn't have anything to do with the raid technically, but I tell people all the time that, and I write about it on my talk and my blog, that in a past life of mine, I was very, very, very fucking dark. And I think I've told you guys before that in this lifetime, I hear the dead, I see the dead, I see things that, quote unquote normal people wouldn't see. I just felt a stab in my neck. Hmm. I've said this before. You can't. Hey, there's a squirrel. I'm very easily distracted by fluffy creatures. My favorite kind. What? Tell me why I just pictured the ice cream sandwich, the Fat Boy. I wrote that on my grocery list. I do like Fat Boys. Anyway, the ice cream. I'm not referring to men. All right. Don't get all excited. See, now I lost my train of thought because of the squirrel. God will always protect those that face adversity. God will always protect those that work for Him, that do good for Him, that do better for Him. And I know you don't want to hear this, but even if it gets to the point where He can't protect you, even in death, you are protected. People often get into dark magic because they think it's going to bring them power and fame and fortune. And what they don't realize is they're trading themselves in. And every time they do something, they lose a part of themselves. And it's very hard to get that back. Hey, there's Olivia with her poochies. God, that puppy is like half the size of the regular dog now. They're so cute. It's very hard to get that back. If you decide to switch up sides, that's probably you're probably looking at a lot of karma, a lot of karmic debt. I just heard that's a whole bunch of Hail Marys. Probably a never ending stream of them. I think this reading in and of itself is just a warning so that you know what's happening, because this is like, if you knew these people, this tribe, like, you probably have no idea that these people hate on you. Like, you probably have no idea that they're pissed off at you, that they feel like you threw them off balance, even though really they just don't have any balance themselves. Because I told you again, God and the devil work hand in hand. And these are people that try and play both sides too, like people that dibble and dabble in dark magic at night, and during the day they pretend to be upstanding citizens. You are playing God and the devil against each other. You did that. You put them in that position. And God and the devil they're watching it all play out. You think God's going to protect someone that secretly loves and lives in the dark? No, hell no. You think the devil's gonna protect you? No, hell no. Like, you literally leave yourself unprotected when you pull bullshit like this. That's why when you watch readings from other readers, um, Rose Love Tarot, Ava the Empress, and they talk. Legatus, if you watch her, she's one of my favorites. And they talk about dark magic and stuff. Not all the time. Ava does more often than not, but Rose Love Tarot and Legodes, don't always. It doesn't always come up, but when it does, like they will say, you're you left yourself unprotected. They're unprotected because when you're playing God and the devil off each other, neither one of them is going to protect you. They're going to watch and see what happens. You're not going to get saved. You have to save yourself. You have to figure that out yourself. You have to choose. Like, are you going to fall down that dark hole? Or are you going to rise up and persevere? That's what they say. That's what they mean when they say they're unprotected. Because once you cross that line, God is not going to protect you. God is going to watch the fallout. God is going to throw this tribe little zingers along the way. Like God is probably throwing them obstacles that they think is you throwing them off balance because they're delusional. They probably don't even believe in God, honestly. People tend to lose faith in the face of death and loss. I notice that a lot about humans. Like, oh, I lost, my great aunt and she was my rock, my savior, and God took her away from me. I don't believe in God anymore. When in actuality, that is the point when you are supposed to believe in God more than ever. To think that God takes people away from you on purpose and to translate that into, well, I just don't believe in God anymore because he's killing off all my family. When in actuality, everyone on this planet is human. Everyone on this planet succumbs to the human environment. And by that I mean God cannot control everything that happens everywhere at all times. That is not even his purpose. Like, if you think that that's his purpose, you need to go back to the drawing board and figure it out because that is not God's purpose. And God doesn't take people out of your life on purpose to make you feel pain or to make you feel hurt. God takes people out of this existence because it's time, because that soul is probably needed elsewhere on another timeline, in another history. If you believe in that, everything dies. Another great show to watch, 6 Feet Under, if you ever feel the need. It used to be on HBO. It's like 5 or 6 seasons long. It's an amazing show. And it's true. Everything, everyone dies. The only way you would be considered immortal is if you're protected and or you're not really immortal. You just have lived many lifetimes. You've served God under many lifetimes, in many lifetimes. And again, protected. Like I said, I think this is just a warning for you so you know what's going on in the background because I don't think you're gonna see any of this. And if you were to see something, it's gonna be fallout, honestly, at some point. And if you were in this tribe or you were close to these three people, I'm also getting that there could be more people, but like these three are the three that work together. Like they're close. They work together. If there are others, they're just like followers. Again, like minions. But the only way you're if you were a part of this in some type of way or you were close to one of these three at some point in your life, there's a possibility if they just become more and more imbalanced and they start to lose things, like they lose money, they lose like their livelihoods, their jobs, their homes, their careers, possessions that honestly you don't even really need, right? A cute little green pig. I love him. But if I woke up tomorrow and I had to run for my life, do you think this little pig is the first thing I'm going to put in my bag when I leave? Hell no, I'm putting my four cats in there. Put my four cats in that bag, and I'm running to my car, and I'm getting in my car, and I'm not looking back. Like, seriously. People are so warped and prideful and ego driven that they will literally perish trying to save all of their shitty possessions that they never needed in the first place. But there's a possibility that one or all three of these people could reach out to you at some point with a sob story of some kind. I mean, I'm not like seeing anything specific. I'm not seeing like timing or anything like that, but it always is a possibility. Especially if they think you're the one that threw them off balance and then shit hits the fan and their lives turn to shit. At some point they'll probably recognize that it was not you and then feel the need to say something in the hopes that it'll save their ass at the last minute. People just have a lot of nerve. Like people will literally fuck you over and then turn around and expect you to save their soul for them. Like, well, you're the empathetic one, save me. No. No. Hell no. Like I want to save myself. I don't It's not my job to save another human being. I can show you the way, I can enlighten you, but if you don't ingest that, if you don't take that, if you don't listen, if you don't see, it is not my job to make sure you make it to the other side. My job to make sure I make it there. In reality, you can't force anybody. You can't force your parents, your siblings, your kids. Like, the only one you can really worry about is yourself. Because at the end of the day, you're the only thing you can control. You don't control anything else. You may think you do, but you do not. I think the tribe is in for like a rude awakening. They're probably I want to it's like 40 minutes. This thing is going to take forever to upload. I haven't done a 40-minute video in a long time. Well, So, a couple last things. This tribe is probably watching you, probably on social media if you have social media. If you don't, then either this is not for you or they could be using dark magic to watch you in some type of way. Someone could have a really high intuition, whatever the case may be. They're probably going to send you some kind of spell or something, and you're going to get on social media like a month later and be like, oh, I'm living the happiest life I've ever lived. And they're going to be like, really? Like, oh, didn't we send them? Like, didn't we try to, the moon and the sticks and the dirt and the, and then they're going to be like, shit, that didn't work. Oh, fuck, that's going to come back on me. Yeah, 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 it's going to come back on them. Ugh, people are so ridiculous. They're gonna see you moving along, living your life, and not being bothered. Continue to, if you know who this tribe is and you're not involved in any way, continue to not be involved. Because that means you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. You're living your life the way you're supposed to be living it. Once you get involved with this, you're totally throwing off your own karma, your own existence, your own humanity. Like, don't do that. Just don't do that. My crown is like buzzing right now. It's like God telling me the same thing. I just heard yeppers. If you watch The Office, you know. Oh, pardon me. Yeah, just continue to go about your life and try not to think about this. Because whatever this is in the background. This is like I said, you're not even gonna see it. You're gonna see some type of fallout or hear about some type of fallout. Or like I said, you're gonna get some kind of pity call where they want you to feel pity for them. All right. I'm gonna leave it there. I'm just gonna keep repeating myself. Thank you for sitting through this very dark message and listening to all of my thoughts. I hope it resonated. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you found it entertaining. I hope everybody is having a fabulous Labor Day weekend if you are participating. And have a good evening. I will talk to you later. Bye.